Thank you. Well, my focus is a little bit different than the others here. I think you have some real XRP experts. That's not my calling. I'm on the fringe. My calling was I died in 68, and God gave me an assignment that I've been on. I'm an historian, is what I am. And I look at tipping points. So I'm going to tell you what I think about this from the historical perspective. Japan has to fall. China has to fall. The United States have to fall. The events of a couple of days ago, for those who know what they're looking for, predicts that as almost imminent. So let's take Japan first. Japan has had a population problem because they've got the oldest population in the world since 1980. They've been in stagflation. So there are devaluation, what's the word I want? Recessions. They've had zero interest until recently. They just raised their interest rates. That caused a ripple effect where people were borrowing money in Japan, cheap, coming over to the United States, buying stocks on the stock market. They then bought them in margin at 50% down. So now, since Japan raised their interest rates, all of a sudden they owe more on their debt over there. Since the stock market collapsed, they're getting margin calls on both ends. That's bringing Japan down, but it's also affecting the whole market. And then I just did a show today on a myriad of reasons why China is absolutely falling, and the principal one is that the real estate market is an absolute catastrophe. Basically, it's a $60 trillion bubble, the biggest bubble we've ever seen in the world. China's going to fall, and we all know what happened with America on June the 9th. Basically, we were no longer the world's reserve currency, technically speaking, and all three of those governments have to fall. Bam. The second that happens, do it up right now in my mind, because they're ready to pull those three bubbles and pop them and create the biggest financial collapse the world has ever seen, initiating the requirement, absolutely requirement for liquidity, and that's XRP. And so I believe, if I look at the time frame, I'm a historian. We always have an October surprise. I believe Trump has all the information. I believe he's going to release it in October. I believe that's what's going to trigger the collapse of the entire global financial system. And that's when we're going to see the switch thrown on XRP, and all those people who are in it are going to be happy. And then how I got into it is a very unique way. I'm the oldest one here. I'm 76-year-old. I didn't know anything about XRP, about crypto, about any of it. God wakes me up at my appointed time one morning and says, I'm going to give you an